Hi, boys and girls, and welcome to Shark Week. I am your hostess, Mrs. Alegria, and I'd like to give a special thanks to www.sharksforkids.com who made this PowerPoint possible. Sharks for Kids. Man, today we get to investigate a little bit more about what makes a shark. Exactly, a shark. Boys and girls, what is a shark? I want you to sit on that for a second. I'm looking at one right now on the screen, but what makes it exactly a shark? Is it the way that it swims? Is it the way that it looks? Is it the things that it eats? Some people think that sharks are monsters and that they eat people. Yes, bites happen, but they're very rare. Did you know that around 5 to 7 people get harmed by sharks annually? That's only 5 or 7 people a year? That's really low. Now, what makes a shark is that it's called a cartilaginous fish. A cartilaginous fish their skeleton is completely composed of cartilage. Now, I need you to wiggle your nose, to fold your ears. This is cartilage. The same stuff that our nose and ears are made out of is what a skeletal structure of a shark is completely made of. Sharks are also cold-blooded vertebrates. In what ways are sharks different from other fish then? How are they similar? Let's take a look. Here's a collage of lots of different fishes. I see a lionfish. I see some schooling fish. Let's take a closer look. Fish have bones. These are some examples of fish bones that you may find. When you take a look at fish scales, this is what fish scales look like, the skin and scales of fish. This, on the other hand, is the dermal denticles of a shark. How cool is that? Compare the differences between dermal denticles down below and scales up above. Whoa. Very different. Another part of what makes sharks different from fishes is that sharks actually have internal fertilization and produce egg cases or even give live birth. Fishes usually spawn producing thousands of eggs that are fertilized externally. So sharks are very unique. They even have sweet little babies like this swell shark right here, and they call them pups. Do you think that humans have an impact on sharks? How? Well, I may be giving it away by this picture, but approximately 100 million sharks are killed by humans every year. That is an incredible number. I want you to take a minute to think about that number.
100 million.
That's not fair. Sharks are heavily fished for their meats and fins, as well as their cartilage, skins, and livers. Sharks are also caught as bycatch by other fishermen. Water pollution and habitat destruction have a negative impact on the oceans and the sharks. The life cycle of sharks is very different from other fish. They are slow growing and do not lay thousands of eggs like their fish brethren. Shark populations are declining because they can't reproduce as fast and they can't recover from the millions being killed each year. Shark biologists believe that some shark species are at risk of extinction due to overfishing, habitat loss, thinning, and being caught in bycatch. Shark fins and finning. Shark finning is a cruel practice by removing the fins of a living shark and discarding the rest of the body. Shark fins are used to make shark fin soup. A bowl of this soup can cost $100 or more. It is widespread and represents one of the largest threats to sharks on a global scale. Shark fin soup is popular in Asian cultures, but can be found around the world. Have you been at a restaurant that offers shark fin soup on the menu? Here's something to think about if you do ever order shark fin soup. Mercury bioaccumulates in ocean animals because sharks are at or near the top of the food chain. They can have toxic levels of mercury in their systems. That's not good for us. Studies have even found high levels of neurotoxins linked to diseases such as Alzheimer's and Parkinson's disease in shark fins. Bottom line is, we don't want to be eating sharks anyway, and definitely not shark fin soup. So here's the million-dollar question. Why are sharks so important? I want to give you a minute to think about why you think that sharks are so important, if they are at all. Let's take a look. This is a food pyramid. Now, in a balanced ecosystem, this food pyramid right in front of us shows the quantity of organisms in each level, like the number of animals in each level of this food chain. There are more producers, look at how many there are down there, than there are consumers on the upper level. Let's talk about this a little bit more. When we were in SEME, we learned about plankton, phytoplankton and zooplankton. They're down here at the bottom of the food pyramid. Now, these are at the base because they're producers. They make their food using photosynthesis, a form of primary production. Many shark species are on the top of that food pyramid, and they're in almost every single ocean in the world. This means that sharks play a critical role in the largest biome on the planet, the marine biome. It takes up almost 70% of our planet. Now, sharks are apex predators, and for our food pyramid, for our ecosystem to be healthy, it needs to be balanced, and it needs to have those predators. In some areas where shark populations are declining, scientists have found significant damage to coral reefs. Without sharks, fish species would take over. The food chain would swell in population and overeat, making a food source that's just out of control. Sharks eat fish, turtles, mammals, birds, sea snakes, and even other sharks. Here's an example of a food web. We've talked about food webs before and how complicated they can be. It's not simply that one animal eats one other animal that eats another animal. It is a very interactive web. This food is in the Bahamas, and the tiger shark is the apex predator. There's that beautiful tiger shark. Animals in the food web are the tiger shark, the loggerhead turtle, the barracuda, the juvenile lemon shark right here in the middle, silver sides on the far bubble over here. Juvenile mangrove snappers are also involved here, right over there. And we have spiny lobster down in the corner over here. We even have the blue Caribbean crab. Now, these are all biotic parts of the ecosystem. They're all living creatures that are part of the ecosystem. Tiger sharks eat the turtles. The loggerhead turtles eat the blue crabs and lobsters. Juvenile lemon sharks, well, they eat fish and crabs. And the barracuda eat the snapper, and the juvenile lemon sharks, they are dietary consumers. But as you can see, this food web is very complicated and has many detailed parts. And each creature involved in this food web is entirely valuable. Understanding the food web and the food pyramid is super important and is a major component of ecology. Where can we find sharks? I mean, they're not everywhere, right? Well, I hate to break it to you. Sharks are everywhere, but there's lots of different types of sharks. Let's go take a look. Take a look at all these different sharks. They exist in every type of body of water you can imagine. If you were a shark, would you want to live in a beautiful mangrove, swim in open ocean water on sandy, grassy bottoms, near coral reefs, have some friends to swim around with? It's up to you. You decide. Some sharks have jawsome adaptations. Like right here, the velvet belly lantern shark on the top left here, he has these special light-emitting photophores that actually make his belly glow. He lives really deep in the water. Now, The Wobbegong shark right here has amazing camouflage. And I bet you if we zoomed out of this picture, we wouldn't even be able to see his cute little face. Creatures like the great white shark have counter shading, where they're dark on the top and light on the bottom. This is a type of camouflage that helps them sneak up on their prey. Hammerhead sharks, they have an extra long face that allows them to scan the sandy ocean bottom to feel the heartbeat of their prey before they can even see it with their ampullae of Lorenzini. And then sharks like the thresher shark have long caudal fins or tails that are believed to smack their prey senseless so they can gobble them up. It's really awesome. There are also sharks that move around the world. This is an example of a tiger shark migration where scientists were able to study just how far this shark can swim. Can you swim that far? I doubt it. Another incredible thing about sharks is that they're not solitary creatures like many people believe. Sharks actually love to travel in social groups. Here are some examples of sharks being observed hanging out together and partying it up. Hey buddy, how's it going? Oh, I'm good. How have we learned so much about sharks? Well, it starts with very passionate people like yourself and me. We learn about sharks by tagging, by diving and snorkeling, by taking photos and videos, and by lots and lots of research. But it all starts with a passion that you get here at Shark Week. But take a look at these amazing and brave researchers. Could this be you someday? And here are the researchers doing all of their hard work. Measuring fins, taking blood samples, setting up trackers, all in a day's work. These are all the different sizes of trackers that they can put onto sharks. Students, it's time to act. We need your help. Sharks everywhere around the world are in danger. If we don't tell other humans that they need to stop overfishing, they need to stop finning, and they need to protect these amazing creatures. It is up to you to either make a shark commercial or to write a letter protecting sharks using your persuasive powers with opinion writing. You guys can do it. I believe in you because you're awesome! Can't wait to see it.